Vincent, thank you very much for speaking to us and congratulations on the new contract. How proud a moment is this for you?
Well, to be honest, I didn't think about it too much. It's just in the continuity for me. I've always wanted to stay at this club for a long time, and I can see the future. I can see the potential. I've been part of, history we've built together. So it's just a natural thing for me to stay longer here and win more trophies.
And do you feel like the recent success is just the start of something?
Yeah, I've always said it, and the whole development around the club, in and around the club too. They're just signs of a great club to be. Obviously, we're already one of the big clubs in Europe, but we're never going to have the history of some of those other clubs. But what we can do is build a future for us, which is just as bright, if not brighter, than any other club. That's the target, that's the aim, and that's why more and more big players want to be here as well, because they can see the potential and the future of the club.
And last season, especially the end, was incredible. I mean, how do you top that this time around?
It's difficult, but you come back somehow. I don't know how it happens, but I came back with more hunger, more desire to carry on, and there's only so much you can do. I mean, if you win the Premier League once, you either stop there or you carry on and you want to win 10. 10's not going to happen for me, but that's kind of the path that I've chosen. I'm not happy with 1 or 2. I want more, and I want to be able to look back at my career and say that I won 4 or 5 with City. So it's a tough ask, especially knowing how difficult the league is, but something I'm ready to fight for every day.
And they say that defending the title is harder than winning the first one. What lessons can be learnt from last time, from 2012-13?
No, the hardest thing is to win the first one. It's harder than anything else. Then to retain the title, I think partially it is a mental thing. But at the same time, I think you learn, you get experience, and with time you learn. And in this case, I feel that there are a lot of red flags, alarm signals that are already coming up, and you have to be really careful not to fall into complacency. But at the same time, we know that, and we are being told that this year. So I'm pretty confident it's not going to happen. And at the same time, you have to look forward, you have to look up, and not too much back.
And something we do have this time around, we've got real quality additions to the squad. We've got Sagna, Mangala, Caballero. What quality do they bring? How do you assess the new boys?
Well, all of them can play, are good footballers, first of all. Physically, they have a strong presence as well. And, I think that we need to have a big squad. You never know which player is going to turn out to be the player to make the difference during the season. But at the same time, you know that the more good players you have, the more chances you have to to have someone to unlock situations or to make things happen for you. So all those players are important, and especially giving the ambition of the club to be performing on all stages. So you can't do without players that make the team stronger every year.
And would you say this is the best City squad you've been a part of?
Yeah, and it's going to keep improving. I mean, as much as you can look at the names and say, well, this is a great squad, at the same time, I think that we will progress still this year in how comfortable we are with the system, how comfortable we are with our style of playing as well, and that will be something that will make eventually our squad even stronger.
And just looking further afield to the Champions League, obviously that's going to be a major target this season to go further. How much has the squad matured together in that competition over the last 3 years?
Champions League is a big target for us, but we will never overlook the other competitions too. So Premier League, FA Cup, Carling Cup have to be considered just as much. But the Champions League is, it's measuring yourself not only against the best in your country, but the best in the world and the best in Europe mainly. And it's a different challenge. We felt last year like we didn't. There wasn't too much difference between us and the top sides, and we all know there's 3-4 sides now who are little bit above the rest. But that's the work we're doing here every day at the training ground, trying to bridge the gap and at the same time see if we can become stronger than them. It's a tough ask, it will take time, but that's the reason as well why I'm happy to be here, because this is what we're trying to do.
And for you, it was a long season last season. You obviously had the World Cup on top of that. How long is it going to take for you to get back to top speed?
I hope not long at all. I'm actually hoping to not need too much time to I hope within the first 10 minutes I can be back at my old level and perform for the team like I've always done. It's unfortunately a small pre-season, but at the same time, every game is so important that you can't afford to to drop your guard. So I think all of us will be ready.
And obviously we've had so many players who were involved in the latter stages of the World Cup, and there's so many players coming late to pre-season. We've got a tough start to the season as well. Is that a good thing, or is that a bad thing, do you think?
No, I don't think it's ideal for us, knowing that so many players went away and then have to come back, have to fit into the team. Whether everyone plays or not, it actually doesn't even matter. It's never a good thing to start the season with that many hard fixtures when you've not had a full pre-season, But then again, sometimes you become stronger in adversity, I would say. So I'm fully confident that our team can do it. And if we do it, then, it'll make it so much better. It'll make it so much more enjoyable. So I'm actually looking forward to it because, we don't know what to expect. But at the same time, it could be better than we think.
And something else we've got to look forward to this year is obviously moving into City Football Academy. How much are you looking forward to that, and what benefits will that bring?
Well, that's part of the things I've been calling for years now. I said, as much as you can look at the amount of players that we brought in and, the whole thing that is maybe obvious to the public, at the same time, I think behind closed doors has been a tremendous amount of work done by every single department at the club, with the fans, for the community, and it will take us to a different level. And I think the best thing is yet to come, in the sense that I do really wish for this club that in a year of 5 or 10 you see the first Manchester bred and born kids come through the ranks and become world-class players. That's what you need to hope for, and this academy is the perfect tool for it.
And you're somebody who's already assured of your place. You lifted so many trophies already. You're assured of your place as an all-time great. Is that something you ever think about? Is it your legacy to the club?
Now, I do know that we're at the start of something. So whoever's been building from the beginning is always going to have a special place in the history of a club. So I do know that, but I don't stand still. You won't see me being happy or retiring happy if after my career I can say that I've only won 2 titles with City. Maybe 5 years ago that would have been the best thing that I could ever said to the fans, but I think that now we won more. But at the same time, we shouldn't forget, kind of where we come from. And if we can keep a little bit of that in our passion and our way of dealing with, the Premier League and everything we do here, I think we'll be a pretty special club.
And are you someone with a career plan? Do you have the next 10 years mapped out in an ideal world, or do you just take it a year at a time, day at a time?
I can do it for about, every day I can set out a different 10 years for me, but I'm not good at planning so far. I'm trying to, but at the same time I want to enjoy the moment now. And the moment now is obviously everything that's coming towards us, Newcastle, Liverpool game. So many good things happening right now, too much to think too far.
Great. Just finally, City fans are going to be delighted with this news, watching this interview. What message would you have for them?
Oh, first of all, massive thank you for all the support I've been getting, not since we won the leagues, but since the first day I've joined the club, before we even became this club. And I will never forget this period as well that I helped the club building to achieve the success we have today. And my message to them is just to always remain like they were before, and to make sure that it's always their vocal support and passion what drives us on, and and not the other things.
Vincent, thank you very much.
Thank you.